Hello and welcome back to the Angry Gorilla Sports Network. This is Beauregard Snaggletooth with the second game of your doubleheader. We're here in warm-ups now, and you can see that we've got the Grizzlies backstopped by number 67, Mary Marietta. Taking warm-ups here. Had a little bit of a rough go, especially in terms of the goal production so far, but had some. The last couple weeks have shown a couple of bright spots here, and maybe getting some momentum here for the Grizzlies. As we take the warm-ups, we will talk about their opposition a little bit. We've got the Whiskey Dekes in red on the far end. We will be picking up some footage of theirs once the camera situation from the previous game is sorted out, but they have in goal number 66, Josh Luce. And this is shaping up to be a pretty good game. I think both teams are hungry for a victory, and are going to be doing their best here. So that's nearest your screen, number 14, Brian Carlson. Number 93, skating away from us now, is Delano Lopez. And let's see. Skating towards the door there. Couldn't quite tell who that was. Ah, that's number 12, Bruce Hiller, one of the defensemen. Checking out the goal there, and that's one of our officials here from the previous game. We've got John Cropsey and Brett Erlinson will be officiating the game for us. There's the buzzer. Warm-ups are done. It is time to get people out to center ice and get this game underway. We were having a little bit of technical difficulty with our cameras. That will be resolved here, at least partially. We're still trying to figure out the best way to do it moving forward. We shall see, but we do the best that we can. Try and bring them to you. So looks like everybody's ready here. And there's the face-off. Nice. Puck's into the neutral zone. Down all the way into the Dekes end already. Back in the zone. Looks like that's Warren Harger. Taking a shot. Didn't quite make it through. Back down at the other end. Your guess is as good as mine because I've got terrible vision and it's a tiny picture. There's a shot that goes up and wide. Puck's picked up by Skylar Sampson, number 13. Back down into the near corner. At number 47, Greg Horacek, one of the Iron Men of the league. A wily veteran. Puck skated in. Goes behind the net here. Just getting that camera set up and situated.
Man, Josh is like 600 times better at this.
All right. And there was a centering attempt. Nice try, just not quite able to make everything happen. There's Brian Carlson with the shot, gloved, and there's the whistle. There's the face-off. Comes across. Into the neutral zone. And you can hear the call from the ice. Someone's calling to ice it. That's Brian Jansen, number 6. Trying to play it off the boards, but that's intercepted.
I'll get it for you.
Right at the blue line there, we've got a bit of a scramble, and that's 44, Jack Shane, carrying that in on Mary. Not quite able. Oh, she did. Excuse me. He did get the shot off. She just played it right off her stick and held it. Here, post covered. Oh, centering attempt from number 21, Scott Hunziker. Nice try. Just deflected a little bit by the defense there. That was a good attempt. Try and make something happen there. Well, puck's down in the near side corner. That's number 22, Chris Rainmiller for the Grizzlies, sending it around the boards. Here they come. Right, and back into the Grizzlies end. It was number 17, one of the defensemen for the Dekes, Mike Klaczynski, who was looking for a center, just not quite able to make it happen, but he did get the pass out to the point where there was a shot. Just Dekes were not able to cash in on that one. The boards. Puck's right around the red line still. Sent across, paddled out to the corner. Just keep it out of danger there. Here comes Marker on the rush. That's broken up by Skylar Sampson. He sure tried to get everything onto that one. Not quite able to, but good attempt. This puck going around the boards. Moved along. Picked up. Intercepted by Brian Carlson. It's still in though. There's Horacek. Trying to keep it, centering. Oh, good try. That was Billy Vest. Just missed on that one. Nice try. Nice try. No. Skating it down now into Dekes zone. Looks like that was broken up and sent down. That's paddled away by Mary, so icing will be waved off. Down deep. Sneaks out across the blue line. The race is on. There's Carlson. Oh. Tried to make the pass. There's a shot. Oh, goodness. Puck is loose there right on the corner post there. Had a couple of shot attempts. Nothing doing, but 2-on-none rush there. Good work by the Grizzlies. And we've got a whistle. What do we have here? Offsides, perhaps? This break is brought to you by the UNL Outdoor Adventure Center for all of your outdoor adventure needs. And here comes number 77 over the bench. That's Andrew Long. He is done with the Zamboni and all geared up and ready to play a little bit of hockey as we take the face-off outside the Grizzlies' defensive end. Comes in, backhanded by Rainmiller along the wall. Picked up by Hunziker. There's a shot. Oh, broken up. Nice attempt. That was Mike Dvorak, number 7 for the Dekes. Icing was waved off there. Brian Jansen gets there first, moves the puck along, breaks it out, tries to take it to the center, but through the crowd, not quite able to make it through. And it's kept in by Hunziker, sent back behind the goal. Out into neutral ice. There we go on the boards. That's Jack Shane at center. Chasing that one down. And got a whistle. And looks like we'll have a face-off to the right of Mary here. This break is brought to you by Personal Space, something that dogs don't provide you. There's a trickling puck, goes just to the outside of the goal there. Centering pass picked up by Carlson to break that up, but stays loose. Harger fans on a shot, and now it comes down where it's collected by Klaczynski. Plays it off the boards for himself. Sends it hard down into the zone. Takes a spill. It's picked up by Harger, who comes around, takes a shot. Denied by Marietta. And back down. There's Chris Rainmiller with shot. Oh, and it goes off a loose skate. And in for the goal. Chris Rainmiller. Looks like that might be unassisted. So that puts the Grizzlies up 1-0. That was a good shot. Case of good things happen when you put the puck on the net. There we go. Tried to bring that in. It's like Horacek lost his footing there. It's picked up by Sampson. Backhanded to the center. And all the way down the ice. And there's number 27, captain of the Dekes, Carl Kavinsky. And we're going to have a face-off down in the Dekes zone here. It's around the back side of the net, up towards the point, and we have races on down towards Marietta. There's Shane backhanding it towards the net, just on the outside of the net. Kept in though. Deflected back. Oh, good pressure by Hunziker. Right. There's a shot, deflected wide. Hunziker unable to collect the rebound. Nice attempt though. There's another shot, goes just wide. Kept out. The Dekes are keeping the pressure on right now. Oh, good save. Like it. Either a toe save or might have caught the post. Can't quite tell from the angle, but it was close either way. We're going to give it credit for the save. And just like that, though, we jinxed her. Sorry, Mary. So that ties things up. 1-1. Had quite the game here between the Grizzlies and the Dekes. Whereas last game was more of a defensive battle, we're already seeing quite a bit of offensive action from both teams here. Face-off is brought in, and that looks like Brooke Vass, the captain of the Grizzlies, took a shot and is in some pain here. She goes down, but he's checking on her. There's a whistle. We're gonna get a stoppage of play. We don't like seeing anybody getting hurt. Take a pause. Yeah, looks like, okay, there she's getting up. That's a good thing. Able to skate off under her own power. Nothing too serious, hopefully. Just a bruise when it boils right down to it. It is a physical game, and things do happen from time to time, but you never want to see anybody get hurt, that's for sure. So we've got the face-off just to the left of Marietta. Face-off is won by the Dekes. Puck makes it out to the far point. Looks like that's Brian Jansen out there with the puck. And there's a shot by Mike Dvorak. Oh, and Hornacek was there for the rebound. Just goes wide on the backhand. That was a nice attempted cleanup there. Good, solid position. There's the race is on. Puck is somewhere down behind the goal there, as you could see by Luce's positioning, but you never can quite tell with our camera work here, because we are nothing if not unprofessional. The puck stays out of camera view. There's an attempt and a couple of attempts. Looks like Carlson gives him a little bit of a friendly tap after trying to jam his stick through his shin. But it's all good. Face off. Won by the Grizzlies. Trying to get it turned around for a shot, but not quite. Broken up. Sent down the ice. And the race was won by Chris Rainmiller, who moved it forward. There was a shot by Bruce Hiller, paddled wide by Luce. There's another attempt. Oh, that was a good attempt, and it's gloved by Luce. And as you can see on the board, that's the end of the first period. So at the end of one, we have a score of 1-1, Grizzlies and Dekes. And I've got my count. I've got 9 shots on goal for Black and 8 for the Dekes. Solid period of action for both teams. We'll be back after these messages. All right, and we're back with you here, getting ready for the second period. Have quite the barn burner. 1-1. And I think we'll have an interview now on ice with Josh Luce, the goaltender for the Whiskey Dekes. Josh, tell us what you think the keys are for the next period.
Well, we've got to, just stick to our game and try and do the simple things. We need to do our best to play a 200-foot game, and enforce our will and just do our best to keep doing all the little things right.
All right, Josh. Well, thanks for that. I heard the buzzer, so we're going to let you get back to it. Good luck. There's Mary giving the go-ahead and the wave to the camera. Hi, Mary. There's the puck drop. The camera has started to shift slightly. Things are taking a bit of a Dutch tilt. Feel like we're in a Batman 66 episode all of a sudden. So we shall do our best to keep things moving here for you. And at least explain what's going on. But as of right now, the puck is hovering in a vast wasteland to the right of Mary, and we really don't know what's going on. Except for now, the puck has been cleared out into the neutral zone. Picked up and sent in. Scott Hunziker moves it on down off screen there. And looks like that's been picked up by the Grizzlies. Let me see. Number 8 for the Grizzlies. Robin Wenke. We haven't called Robin's name yet today, I don't believe. One of our sophomore players in the league, I believe. I think last year was the first year she was in. And there's a puck that
was kind of directed towards the back and took a bounce towards the side of the goal. Luce just watched it, wondering if it was going to do tricks. It was bouncing there. There's Robin bringing the puck in, but it's broken up by Jansen. Puck's just outside the blue line. Now Brian Carlson with the shot, gloved, but not able to be stopped there. Warren Harger picks it up, takes it up the far side boards. But back in here. There was a centering attempt. Didn't quite make it through to the goal, and that puck trickles to Mary's left. Now it's circled over to the right-hand side. Up to the point. Backhanded in by Damian David, number 13, up there on the point. And a whistle for some unknown infraction. Face off. Puck's off to the left there, up at the point. Cycled across. Shot from Carl Kavinsky. Did not make it through, though. Call for icing, but that is called off by the referees. Face off outside the Grizzlies zone here. That is given a good wrap by Bruce Heller out, stopped by Carl Kavinsky, who sends it right back in. And Jack Shane has it. And now it's over on the left-hand side, and I'm sure many exciting things happened that we missed. Mike Dvorak looked like trying to get a stick on it, not quite able to. And here it comes down into the Whiskey Dekes zone. Puck's going around there. That's Catherine Peterson trying to get the angle, coming around the back. And a shot from Bruce Hiller. That was kicked just wide. It was a high danger shot there. Breakaway shot and a freeze by Mary. That was Jack, who had a step on everybody, just not quite able to put that. So far, we got 2 shots apiece from what I can see here in the second period. With 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go, we're going to take a quick break and be right back with you. Right, and we're back now, and that break was brought to you by Peanut Butter and Jelly. Sometimes you just need a sandwich. There's the face-off. Goes off to the left of Mary and picked up by Brian Carlson. All around the blue line, kept in there. And it's sent down, and Carlson's on his horse here. There's a shot, and looks like that was a block, but to be quite honest, and as the goaltender, I couldn't quite tell what happened on that shot. It was quick. And we have a tripping call. So we're going to see the first power play for a while. Well, it was called on Brian Carlson, who got tied up with Brian Jansen. There's the face-off. Shot from Harger goes wide. Picked up by Kluchinski up there on the point. There's got quite the scramble there. All right, here we come. Looks like Warren's got the puck. Sends it over. Or check down into the corner to pick it up. We assume he sends it around, but we don't really know. But hops over the stick of Jansen there, and that's Shelby Ziegler. Giving him all kinds of fits. And puck's back. Shot goes wide. And we're back in the corner there for a meeting of sorts. Puck was iced. Now it's moved up back across the blue line. And Chris Rainmiller sends it all the way down ice. There's a shot blocked. And another shot. And that was Robin Winkie again, making her presence felt here in the second period. And a beauty of a save by Mary there. The offensive activity continues here. We've got about 7 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second period. Face off to the left of Mary. Looks like Brian trying to get a step there on that penalty. Came out during the pause in time, and now he can come out once play has resumed. Puck's right at the high slot. That was Carl with the shot there. Moved wide by Mary. And it comes out and is played over to the board by Loose for Kavinsky. And then Carlson's there to break that up. And Scott Hunziker tries to get one on net. Broken up a little bit. Oh, Jack Sheen tried to get it. There we go. Going into the black hole down there, where no one knows what happens. And we had a shot come sailing across the screen, as we could tell by Bruce Hiller's reaction, but didn't quite make it to the net on that one. Carlson's on that one, but it's taken away down in the corner. Sent back out into the neutral zone. And there we go. Carl's got that. Sends it. Tries to send it off the boards, but that goes off of Robin, and Carl gonna move that around the far side boards. And it's sent right back. And here comes Jack Shane. Takes it all the way around. Looking for the pass in the slot. Nothing doing there. Puck goes out. And that's picked up by Brian Jansen. There was a centering attempt. Broke up by Skylar Sampson. And Damian David there. And that snuck through. Good attempt there. And we'll have a face-off after the freeze to the left side of loose here. Looks like we got Warren Harger going to take it for the Dekes and Brian Carlson for the Grizzlies. And there's a shot attempt by Brooke Vass from the high slot. But broken up, and Greg Horacek had the speed on, moving it all the way down there. Not quite able to get the shot, but that was some great speed there. And Warren sends one in, goes off of Brooke again. She's been a bit of a puck magnet here this game so far. There's Carlson looking for the centering pass over to Delano Lopez. Bounces free. And then backhanded. Looks like that's Ziegler heading over to pick that one up. Scramble there. And taken down in near side corner. Hanging out in the neutral zone there. And the shot goes wide from Warren. And then there's Ziegler bringing it in, trying to get a shot off. Looks like Kluchinski got a stick on that. Not quite able to get it there. There we go. There's a shot. Big rebound all the way out. There's a lob of a shot in. Was able to be gloved down. Kept away from making it back through. Now Mike Dvorak. We've got an offsides here with 2 minutes remaining. And we have more technical difficulties as now our camera in the south end believes that we really only need to see Mary's head. So who knows what's going to be happening here in the near side. We're gonna just do our best to make it up as we go along. That's Robin Winky chasing it in. Down behind the net there. And Jack Shane got it. Shot, stick wide. Stays down in the corner. And comes around, and there's the floating head of Brian Smith, goes by. Backhander. Looks like took out Skippy Sampson there. Had a race there, and there's... Oh. Billy Vest. Carried that one in, got the shot. And we've got an icing call. And there you have it. There's the end of the second period. Our score is still 1-1. Grizzlies and the Whiskey Dekes had 7 shots on goal for the Grizzlies and 8 for the Whiskey Dekes. We will be back after these messages.
And we're back on the Angry Gorilla Sports Network. We see Josh Luce moving towards the south end here of the ice box at a glacial pace. That was not in slow motion, just slow. Going to be getting ready here for the third period. We've got quite the game, so we will see what happens here in the third period. Doing an equipment check there. It's riveting television. There's the horn. So we can be done with this influencer fit check sort of a thing. Because if anybody knows Josh Luce, everybody knows he's an influencer. Goalies are set. Teams are at center ice. And it is time for the third period. The puck dropped. And to the north end. And back out into neutral zone. Attempt to get it towards the net. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass attempt, to be honest. There's a shot attempt. That was blocked wide before it made it over to Mary. Kept down in the zone. And we've got a whistle. Not 100% sure why. What do we got? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, I believe, yeah, we had some issues with the clock, so they stopped play because the clock wasn't running properly, and so now we're back underway here. Bring it in. There's a shot. Oh, it's under Greg's feet, and it's frozen by Mary. Greg and Mary having a little conversation. And our cameraman passed out, so we're going to go ahead and switch to the other end and get a lovely view of the back of Josh's head. While we can, let's just all take a moment to admire his helmet. Puck out by the point there. Looks like it's sent back down. There we go. Or no, excuse me, that was Damian David. Cleans that up. Here comes a race. Calling for the puck there, Drew Long at Baston, looking for the centering pass, not able to hook that up. Puck goes back out, up to center. Looks like Damian David picks that up. Down to the far end. Kicked in, shot on goal. There's another attempt to get it. Didn't quite make it through, but here's a race down to see if we can't. And there's a shot from Robin Winky. At least that's what we're going to call it, since we have to use our imaginations for everything under the crossbar. And no, kids, that's not a euphemism. Well, it looks like we have just over 13 minutes remaining, and some sort of a stoppage call, either puck out of play or offsides. There's the face-off. Played off the boards. And chipped back up towards the center. Warren backhanding it towards the net. And it looks like that was Carl taking a shot on goal there. And we've got a stoppage in play. Looks like Mary was able to freeze that without any problems. Look at the red line. Well, Dekes had to tag up. Sent back in. There's Jack fighting for it. Backhander. Denied by Mary. Keeping the puck in here. Pressing. Trying to get a good clean shot away. There's a centering attempt. It's picked up by Mike Glachinski. Shot down towards the net. And I believe that's a freeze. There's a face-off. Puck down in the corner there. Shot goes wide. That was, I think we were looking for a deflection there. Picked up by Brian Jansen. Sent back the other way. There's Clue moving it up for Greg Horacek. Jack Shane sends it in, comes off for a chain, and here comes Warren Harder at center. There's puck going around again here. Back and forth. Looking for some kind of an opening. Not finding one, though. And that makes it through. Not sure if we had a shot or if it more just trickled over towards Mary, but I ends up getting frozen. Looks like we got Warren versus Brian Carlson on the face-off. Face-offs have been pretty even so far this game. Down into the corner and chases on. There it is, kept in by Brian Jansen, who moves forward, up the wall towards the center. And that puck is coming down here. Black had a rush there, but not quite able to get the shot off. And there's Carlson gets a shot going finally, and there's a puck down in the corner. Got quite the scramble between Kluczynski and Carlson, fighting for some position in front of the net. Puck moves out. Amy and David. Dekes tag up. Pass off the boards for Horacek. Over to the other D there, Carl Kapinski, who moves it in deeper. And we've got another stoppage. Ah, yes. So this was a play. Somebody got hit with a stick fairly hard. Needed just a bit of assistance. I believe that's Shelby Ziegler making her way to the bench. She was okay, but got rattled just a little bit. So we're going to have a face-off in the Grizzlies D zone. There's a shot on goal. Point. Over to the board. Picked up. Bringing it around to center. Deflects wide. Puck all the way back out to D. There's another shot. And another freeze. So the Dekes are certainly putting the pressure on here midway through the third. There's our face-off, ends up in the far end corner. Puck loose in between the hash marks. And looks like we got an icing call. Soft taken back behind the goal there. Puck sneaks out across the blue line. Backhanded down. And pass across. Looks like that's Delano Lopez who moves it on forward. Paddled off by Luth into the corner. There's a shot attempt. And it bounces over a stick and towards the goal. It's deflected to the left there. Puck. Down behind the net. And works its way out. Or does it? Yeah, just over the blue line. Or it's picked up by Damian David. Carries it on in. And we got a foot race here between Carlson and Carl. And that's broken up. And Jack Shane's taking it the other way with a little speed. See if he can get a move on. And there's a shot and a save. Certainly keeping things active here for the Grizzlies in the third period. There's the face-off. That's Catherine Peterson bringing it over to the right. Gets a shot on goal there. Shot just above the face-off circle. Puck's loose. And race to the other end. And an icing call. Lots of good action here. Back and forth activity this period. Just can't quite seem to find the back of the net for either team. Face off towards the center. Carries on through here. Shot blocked off into the corner. And we got a hustle here. Icing was called off. Brian Smith putting on the pressure on Brian Jansen. Jansen's taking it up the side. Looks like that was swept away. Back over. There's Mike Dvorak picking it up. Might have missed that. Either way, still in play. And here it comes, and there's, I think, there's a tripping call on number 17. Mike Lachinsky tripped Catherine Peterson as she was bringing the puck on in. Not a shot attempt, so no penalty shot, but we've got a penalty here as the period's winding down. So the Grizzlies are going to have the advantage. There's the face-off. Shot's blocked. Over in the corner. Just imagine much action and swinging of sticks and pucks bouncing as we can't see what's happening. There's Brian Carlson who's bringing it in. Centering attempt just sneaks wide, backhand by Rain Miller, blocked. Puck's loose by the face-off circle. There's a shot attempt and another shot attempt. And a bouncing puck. And it sticks loose out to the face-off circle. Bit of a scramble right at the end of the game there. Good press by the Grizzlies to try and get one scored late. And that is the ball game as the players are chasing it and go tumbling into the back wall there. Everybody was okay. So at the end of the third period, we had a 1-1 tie with the Dekes and the Grizzlies. Heck of a game. Our total shots that period were 10 for the Dekes and 7 for the Grizzlies. So that puts us at 23 shots for the Grizzlies overall and 28 for the Dekes. Real nice game. Thanks to John Cropsey and Brett Erlinson for their help officiating the game. And we will catch you next time from the Breslow Center for our next doubleheader of games. Until then, have a good one. This is Beauregard Snaggletooth signing off.